What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the new review era. Today we're taking a look at this guy right here, the Fbx Aurora from M3 Metal Creations. It comes in SS and CU for $65, titanium for $105, and zirconium for $175. Once again, copper sold out first, so hint hint makers, you need to start making more copper. There's still guys in the Copper Addicts Unite group that want and don't have one. So I just feel like makers assume, I don't know, makers always make less, I feel like, of copper, but it's a beautiful metal. It's taken on quite a patina already. Just because I've been fidgeting with it a lot, trying to get ready for this review. But when it was brand spanking new, it was so shiny. I really like when copper patinas, but this might be that one spinner where I wish it didn't. When it has that shininess, it just works so well with the design. Specs on this guy comes in at 50 grams. That's off my scale, and I think my scale might be a point off, so it could be anywhere from 49 to 51 grams, just being honest. 59 millimeters spin diameter. It is 6.8 millimeters thick, so this is the thinnest spinner I've ever reviewed. Just off of the top of my head, I can't think of one that was thinner than that. And cap to cap, it's 10 millimeters thick. So normally they're around 15 millimeters thick, cap to cap. That's on average. And this guy is 5 millimeters thinner than that. The buttons themselves are 17.9 millimeters. Yeah, 0.9. I pulled that right off the website, right off the Metal Creations page. And these buttons, should we get into the buttons? We'll go into that in a second. It's a slip fit. I might as well take them off. And it comes with an HC3 installed. And if my memory serves me correctly, it came with a spare. I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm pretty sure it did. Doesn't say that it does on the website, but I could have swore it came with an extra one. I do have an unboxing video on my, I believe I did it on the Copper Addicts group. So if you really, really want to know, you can go back and see me open it up. Screw, screw, screw. Satisfaction. Someone told me they missed that the other day. So yeah, it also comes with a COA, a sticker, a pouch, and a cloth. Cloth is just your standard like velvet pouch, one of those little black ones. It's actually a little smaller. And the cloth was actually different, but I don't know what I did with it. It wasn't a standard cloth. I don't know. It didn't have anything like printed on it or anything. It was just a little different. Yeah. So these buttons, when I first got it, one of the first things I did, I don't know if I had dry hands that day, but I just felt like the buttons were really slippery. And the first thing I did was put Talisman Buttons on it. I actually tried it with these buttons, but it worked better with the Talisman. And I don't know, I think it might have been a mistake switching them out so soon and not really giving these buttons a chance. Because I found that these buttons give it a completely different spin experience. The Talisman kind of forced you to do like a pinch grip, which I don't really think is the best for this spinner. It just puts your hands in awkward positions, kind of. I don't know. I much prefer a flat grip here, and it allows you to pull off the flats rather than reaching over to like the edge, the corner, and pulling off that. These corners aren't sharp per se, but they are a point, and because of how thin it is, it almost feels like a child's, like a toy knife, where they have those dull rounded edges. But like doing a pull like this, if your fingers come over the edge and you get that corner, it's a little uncomfortable. And even like with a pinch grip and really stopping it is a little uncomfortable. Just because of that, the slimness of it, really. It's not heavy, so it's not the weight behind it that's really getting you. But like I said, if you do a flat grip or a more, I don't know, stretched out grip, I guess, rather than bunching your hand up like that, you get to pull. And that's where the sweet spot is on this guy. And I'm really glad that I switched the buttons back, because I was set to do a review, and I don't know, I feel like the review I was going to give was going to sound really negative. While I do like the spinner, it's gorgeous. I feel like with the Talisman Buttons, I wasn't having as good of an experience with it. But switching the buttons back, I'm really enjoying it. I no longer have the slippery button issue. Like I said, I guess I just had dry fingers that day, dry hands. And they are smaller, but I don't really find them that bad for grip. They're almost, it's not a very pronounced dip. This dip is a little bit deeper, and it's got like a slight dip here, and it dips down there. I think I would always like to see this dip in the center a little deeper, but with such thin caps, it's kind of hard. And I don't know if making the caps thicker is actually what you want for this spinner, so I don't know. It's a tough one. I feel like in order to make the caps bigger, you'd have to make this wider. You know, I don't know. But yeah, form, look, gorgeous. I love it. I haven't really put it down, and that's partially just because I just think it's so pretty. So nice when it spins. I don't think you're picking that up on camera, but with the patina, when it spins, you can kind of see like little reds and purples and blues going throughout there. Very nice. You get a little bit of a warp. Not the best lighting in here for a warp, but you'll get like a faded one. Feel, like I said, it's a little thin, so if you get a really hard pull on it and then try and stick your finger down in there, it's a little, listen to that, that's off my knuckle. So it can be a little uncomfortable stopping but if you just go like that, not an issue. It's when you really try and jam on it like that and back and forth that it might become an issue. But if we're just pulling off the flats, like I said, good time. Fidgeability, it's actually quite nice once you figure out where you want your fingers. And I can't decide which way I like it better. Because it is a different experience each way. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I like it better this way. It's more fidgetable, I think, just a little bit. But yeah, we like it. Very nice. It's kind of one of those spinners, I know most of you probably watch Hobby Tim, and he talks a lot about the slow fidget. It's not really a slow fidget. It's not really a fast fidget. You can jam on it, but I kind of just like that medium fidget. So it's like right in the middle. I like it. It's nice. What I really, really, really can't wait for, and I think is going to be awesome, because any issues that this has being too thin, that's going to take care of it. The XL, which I don't even know if it's much bigger. Actually, wait. No, that was a different spinner. But it's thicker and more rounded on the edge, so it won't be such a, I don't know. I don't want to say sharp. For some reason, I really wanted to say blunt point. But yeah. It reminds me so much of like a kid's like knife for some reason, like a little sword that you would get. I don't know. I think I just stuttered there. Did I go sword? Anyway. Final thoughts. XL is a must. And I almost wouldn't even mind seeing just a bigger version of this with wider arms here. So then I could really, I get confused on which side I'm on. Because I really like grabbing that side like that and pulling real hard on it. But you hit that corner when your finger rolls over it, and that's uncomfortable. But I do like pulling it really hard, so when you get it on a spot where your finger doesn't roll over, it's all right. It's like, I don't know if you can see that, but my finger's getting red right there. But yes, Mr. Morris, excellent job. Cannot wait for the XL. Oh yeah, look at that signature. Doesn't he have a sexy signature? Look at that thing. I like that. That's nice. With the shh. I like that. Sexy. A little bit off topic, but yeah. Size comparisons. I'll just do it like so. Ambler. Just gave this a stone wash. Somebody was looking at buying it. I had a half-ass polish on it. I didn't really polish it, just sanding it. So it still had streaks on it. I never really finished it. It was good enough for me, and I'm not OCD to the point where scratches really bother me. I feel like I'm OCD on certain things only. But I don't know, I don't want to give up these buttons. I love these buttons. Can't really get it on camera, but they got a really nice color to them. The chunk, also stonewashed. Valkyrie, I want to get that. Can I get that? It almost looks, I stonewashed it and then polished it. It almost has like a Damascus look to it. I don't know if the camera's really picking that up. Spinner that I always want to call the chunk. Oh my gosh. Zenduo, no. Zenduo Evo, yes. Chakra. Did I even put that beside it? I don't think I did. We're just wasting time now. Anyway, one last one. Cup bar. Really want a slot bar. That's pretty much it. You already know the deal. Until next time. Oh, that's gross. I haven't spun that in so long, it's dirty. Live long and spin on. Peace.